He's been called poetic, assertive, tender, the young pianist who won the Chopin International Piano Competition in 2015. Seong-Jin Cho plays Beethoven with Ed Gardner and the London Philharmonic Orchestra in London on Wednesday. And he is here now. Lovely to have you with us.
Thank you for having me.
I think it is the first time with the orchestra, first time with Maestro Gardner as well.
Yes, actually it's my first time to play with the orchestra and with Maestro Gardner as well.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you don't have nerves anymore, but even still, like a new introduction like that, when it's a whole new group of musicians, is that difficult? Is it a difficult moment?
You mean the opening?
Yeah, the opening or just the first rehearsal.
Everyone knows that it's so magical and so special, but I love this piece, not because of this special opening, but for me, this is the most unique concerto.
You're talking about the Beethoven. I was actually talking about the whole experience. Meeting everybody for the first time.
Both. Sorry.
I thought I was quite glad to hear that you're going to have a magical time with the band. You will, of course. But.
Yeah, of course, the first experience is always interesting and sometimes demanding. And with this orchestra, I'm sure I'll have a good time. And I heard so many great things about the orchestra and Ed Gardner, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, and I mean, so Beethoven as well, of course, is very much in your repertoire now. Chopin, I think, still, but presumably you gave up Chopin for a moment or two, maybe after winning the competition, because you must have been living with him.
Right after I won the Chopin competition, it was natural that I had to play a lot of Chopin's music because I won the competition, but I didn't want to be labeled as a Chopin specialist, so I didn't play so much of Chopin. But now I came back to Chopin's music, so I started playing again.
Good. You don't get rid of him, definitely. Is it true that you told somebody once that nobody told you were talented as a young pianist?
Talented?
Yeah. Did nobody ever say that to you?
Well, when I was a kid, when I was in Korea, my teachers were very tough, so they didn't give me any compliments. So actually, I'm a little bit allergic to compliments.
Okay. I'm not going to be able to say, well, it's a real pleasure to listen, but I will. You can take it as read because your performances have such soaring reviews. But you're playing Haydn. I know you've been into the Baroque with your album on Handel, but where does Haydn come now in your preferences?
To be honest, I was not a big fan of Haydn when I was a kid, because I don't know the reasons, but so many competitions they require to play the Haydn Sonata when I was a kid. So I practiced so much, but I started playing again, and I found it to be so special. And I think Haydn's music, the sonatas especially, they're not so often played these days, but I think they deserve more attention.
Yeah, they're wonderful. This is the Sonata in E minor, book in 16, number 34, and I think we're getting the third movement. The piano awaits you, Seong-Jin. Thank you very much. Just a small walk across the parquet. Thank you very much indeed. I'm terrified to say that was lovely, just in case you don't accept the compliment. But it was playful, eloquent, all the elements. Seong-Jin Cho playing Haydn. You're going to come back and play something for us later. What have you chosen, or should we keep it a secret?
It's up to you.
Okay. No, don't say anything. Let's just keep hanging on the cliff because you know that will be superbly played. Brings the time here on Radio 3 to 5:45. I hope you feel better after that. Just really wondrous balm. You're going to feel even better. My guest Seong-Jin Cho is back to perform. He's won everything. Chopin, International Chopin competition. I think last year was the Samsung Hoam Prize, which is a big one, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, of course it is.
In Korea, yes. Yes.
And I know you've been back playing Korea a couple of times, and music in Korea seems to be a young audience for classical music. Can you explain why?
I also want to know why. Whenever I perform in Korea, I could see so many young audience, and
Yeah.
I think it's really great.
No, it is really great, but there's all this question being posed as, well, a new audience is coming to classical music, and I think people come somehow by default when they're ready. But it's interesting that it's a young generation as the mainstay there.
I think they're very interested in performing arts in general.
Yeah.
Not only about the classical music, but they also go to another like pop concerts a lot. So the K-pop is so popular, and also classical music. I think it's very popular, and yeah, definitely the audience age is much lower than in Europe, I guess.
Yeah, it's really, really interesting. There isn't an instant secret, of course, but once people have been to a wonderful performance, and a performance like yours, for instance, they're not the same again. You know, it just sort of enters the heart. Is there something you think of when you're about to perform? I know imagination is a big part of it. I think your teacher, who was a pupil of Horowitz, said imagination is the key.
It's hard to say, but um, well, like in general, when I perform, I don't think about the audience so much. Maybe I'm being selfish, but I play for the composer and I play for myself. And of course, I love sharing music with the audience. But first of all, I really care about the composer the most.
Well, that's the most important thing. Well, I know you've won Chopin. You talk about Chopin as being poetic. Beethoven, you're playing this week here in London, is symphonic. Where do you place Ravel, who you're going to play for us next?
I'll be performing Ravel's Pavane.
Yeah. So would you call him poetic or?
Oh yeah, his music is poetic, and I'll be performing the complete Ravel's piano music next year for recital.
Okay.
And I've been learning this music, Ravel's music, since I was a kid, and I studied in Paris, so it is quite natural for me.
Yeah.
And yeah, it is interesting to see how music has evolved through time. And his early work is totally different from his late work, like Dombo du Coupin.
Yeah. Well, we're going to hear the Pavane pour un enfant défunt, imagining a young princess dancing, maybe popping out of a painting by Velasquez. But he says it's a Pavane for a dead princess. It's not a dead Pavane, so it's got to have elegance and life, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Dance. Thank you. I'll let you dance your way to the piano. Seong-Jin Cho, thank you very much. You brought the dead and found it to life beautifully. Thank you. Seonjin Cho playing Ravel, and the princess can now go back into her ebony and gilt frame. Thank you very much for making music for us. London Philharmonic Orchestra with Edward Gardner, soloist, Piano Concerto No. 4 by Beethoven. One of your favourites or not?
Oh,
it's
yeah.
on Wednesday, yes.
Yes, one of my favourites.
Well, good, bon chance, because I know it's the first time you're all getting together. And the Handel project as well, of course. I'm sure you'll be coming back to more Baroque.
Yeah, maybe in the future.
Maybe in the future, okay. Put it down. Come and see us when you do. Thank you very much. We'll